And then, you know, just look at the title of this book here. Let me see here. The Courage to Run. I believe maybe your father might be holding some records as far as that goes.
You know, back in the day, he used to do a little running around an oval, and made 3 Olympic teams, and was world record holder in the mile, 1500, half mile, silver medalist in the 1500 and 68. So, yeah, he had, I would say he had a little bit of success running.
Did you and he watch the Olympics? And
oh, yeah.
Any comments? Has he thought they've changed a lot? Any noticeable changes that maybe he's for or against? I know this is off our subject, but
No, I mean, back in the day when he was running, it was supposed to be strictly amateur, so it was not. He could not make a livelihood doing it. If he was doing it today, he would be very well paid for doing it. So, I mean, that's one of the big changes that's taken place over the last 40 years. But no, I mean, we love. We still follow the sport closely. In fact, my dad still does 2 running camps every summer. You can find him at ryanrunning.com, and he loves doing that because it's bringing together young runners of varying talents. We've had a lot of talented runners come through, and he works on developing them as runners, physically, spiritually, and mentally. Loves doing it.
Olympic hopefuls.
Exactly.
Yeah,
some of our campers have ended up making the Olympic teams. So it's been very fun to see them develop as high schoolers to being on Olympic teams and being finalists in World Championships and Olympics. So lots of fun.
Fantastic. Now we're going to get to your subject here. This is, this is one of these unbelievable things. All right, you got this website. I checked it out. www.radio.barackobama.com. If you go there, they actually list conservative programs, radio and TV, I guess, radio mostly, that are on the air right now, and they tell you, call them up, act like you're on their side, and then you tell them about, well, let me tell you, I'm a conservative, I guess, or whatever, da-da-da-da-da, but I like the health plan.
Right.
I don't know, and I don't know what you guys, the Tea Party, I'm not really into the Tea Party. I mean, if you go there, they even give you calling tips.
Right.
And
no, when I first saw that website, I started laughing. First of all, because I thought it was a height of hypocrisy. Here they've accused the Tea Party movement of being astroturfed, and I think this is a very blatant display of astroturfing something by trying to make it appear as though there's some groundswell support for health care, ridiculous health care bill. The other thing that was kind of humorous to me is I'm not sure the left understands the medium of radio. Of course, they've never figured out how to be successful in radio. But
that is, look at Air America,
Exactly. But I also don't think they understand that, trying to get onto a radio show as a caller, it's not as easy as it sounds. But even if they do succeed, how successful is it going to be? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be successful at all. People know that over 70% of Americans today, right now, are opposed to the health care bill in its current form. And so I don't think it's going to be successful, but I've told conservatives, you know what you should do is you should go to radio.barackobama.com and use that tool for your own uses. Turn the tables on it.
Well, you know what I did? I went to that site.
Yeah.
Here's my confession. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. 5 Hail Marys. I went to the site, gave them a phony email address, all right?
Right.
And I said, my God, you Democrats are desperate.
Yeah.
And sent it off.
They truly are. I think this shows a level of desperation that they're trying to do something like this because they realize they have a very narrow window to try and pass this health care bill. If they don't get it passed by April, I just don't see them having any ability past that. Once you get into the summer and you're coming closer to the elections in November, a lot of these guys in the Democrat majority in both the House and the Senate are very nervous because they realize if they vote for this, it could be the end of their political careers. They've got leadership trying to push them down the plank. They're realizing if they do this, their constituents could and probably will vote some of them out, hopefully more of them than I previously would have thought. So they're in a very tough position.
Ned, as I sit here, I was thinking about what they're doing, and this is almost like stealing political signs out of somebody's yard because you disagree with them.
It strikes me as disingenuous that they're trying to, even if let's say somebody does succeed in sitting down at this website and clicking through and getting onto a call, onto a radio show, and then clicking to the next one. Let's say they do 5 or 6. It does give that appearance that that there is more support for healthcare than there actually is. It gives a false impression. Should it succeed? I don't think it will, but I just think it's very funny because it does show the level of desperation, and it just shows their hypocrisy. They like to point the finger, but then they do things like this and refuse to accept the fact that it's AstroTurf.
Now, and if you look at the calling tips, I got to tell you, we don't really, on this show, we don't call them screeners. What's your first name? You want to talk to the guest? Okay, be quiet, and we'll tell you when you're going on, or
Right.
we'll just say you're on. That's it. But a lot of, big-name talk show hosts, they've got their screeners, and they want to know, well, what exactly is your question? And then they put it on a screen. So here's the information you'll want to have with this next caller, and make it sound like you really know the bill number and all that, No.
Right.
But you got to give them credit on their calling tips. If you go to the website, be polite, respectful, and clear. And remember, you represent Organizing for America,
Yeah.
which is Obama's,
Exactly. No, it is funny to see some of the things that are on that website. I thought one of the more humorous ones was down the lower right-hand corner, powered by hope, people like you. Really? Where are the unicorns and rainbows? I think you forgot to put that down there, too.
And they say that some radio shows may connect you right away, but most will take your name and basic info and put you on hold. You
Right.
may or not be able to hear the broadcast on the show. That's when Paul Stern's engineering, okay? While you're waiting.
Right.
Then you might hear the radio host say something like, hello, we have your name on the line with us, da-da-da-da-da. But here it is. Some hosts may challenge your views. Stay calm and firm. Sharing a personal story. Now, this is just like they do anytime they have a news conference. I got a letter from Martha, and
Right.
she told me that because she doesn't have Obama's health care plan, that she has to wear Aunt Mabel's false teeth. Did you hear that one?
No.
Yes, that's what the lady was saying. I got a letter from,
Really?
oh my goodness. Or, well, we don't have health care, so Grandma, she's got to be in a wheelchair because they're going to cut her leg off because they can't. I mean,
Exactly.
this is the whole thing. Share a personal story with them. All right.
Exactly. Try and tug on the heartstrings and ignore the facts. Ignore what this health care bill would actually do to our economy, to people's right to choose. I mean, here's the thing is, I find it ironic that these people are all about the right to choose and other things, but when it comes to choosing health care, they're going to take care of it for you. They're going to mandate how it takes place and take away your choice. And I think when I talk to younger generations about this health care plan, I tell them you should seriously fight against it because it's going to take away your freedom to choose what you want, if anything, for your health care. Life's decisions should be left to the individual, and that's not what this is about at all. It's about somebody mandating to you what you should do in regards to health care. But
let me say something real quick here, and we're going to have a break in about 1 minute. When Obama says we don't need talking points when he was doing his health care conference committee or whatever summit he was having, no, don't bring us in here with these talking points. Yet you go to his website for this radio, and they have talking points and discussion points. And this is like, if you're a dumb liberal and you don't know what to tell the talk show host, to try to sell the health care plan, they've got a study guide for you, and they'll tell you what you should be saying, and we're going to get into that's for sure.
Authentic grassroots does not need talking points because they can share from a passion and their own personal experiences and something that has motivated them to call of their own, will and desire. That's authentic. That's what the Tea Party